Alright, my viewers and subscribers, welcome back to the channel. Just getting a chance to talk to you guys about the second day of that final test match between West Indies and Australia. The road just get rough, my viewers. The road rough, man. You understand? One thing I am proud of, one thing I am happy of is that Chandrapaul and Chandrapaul is still showing the fight. Still showing the fight, my peeps. Our bowling and our batting just look toothless against Australia. And, I mean, looking at it without emotions attached, these guys are totally better than us. So we expect them to, more than likely be getting the better of us. But in terms of how the guys were bowling, man, good gosh, man. Ah, boy. We're going to go down tonight still, my peeps. So our bowlers, they continue to struggle. 511 for 7. That is what the Australians made. 511 for 7 declared. And that is a lot of runs, my peeps. And based on how things are going right now, it doesn't seem as if these guys are even going to need to bat a second time. We are just 100 and we already lose what, 4 or so wickets. It's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. The Australian batsmen, they were able to capitalize on our bowling, some loose bowling, people not being able to stick to a good line and a lane consistently. And as I always say, this is a reason why we're at where we are, you understand? If we were any better than we were, then, we would be performing. We would be performing better. We just have to do what we can do. You understand? And when you come up against teams like that are way better than you, you tend to get defeated in all different forms. Not only get outperformed, but the confidence and all of that, you just look away. I personally didn't watch it in its entirety. That's the second day. But from what I saw, I'm not too sure, especially where the bowling is concerned, if we have anybody to really trouble these guys like that. And as I said before, to win test matches, you need 20 wickets. You need to be able to take 20 wickets. And, I wasn't able to see, I wasn't seeing that at all. Marnus Lamashey and Travis Head, they had a field day out there with our bowling. The specialists that they have in the team, they weren't too special at all. The the lead spin bowler that they brought in, he was probably the most expensive. You understand? Marnus Lamashey, he made 163. Travis Head 175. When these guys are just building up their profile, their individual profile when they come up against us, you understand? And it's not good. From what I see, the passion is there still, but it's really hurtful to watch this. And I can imagine people that stay throughout the night and watch the entire game. You understand? The entire day's play. It must be tough. Must be tough on you guys, Where the bowling is concerned, Alzari Joseph and Devon Thomas, a man that came in as a specialist batsman. You understand? Those are the two guys that would have done some work for us with the ball. Both men took 2 wickets each. Brathwaite and Jason Holder, they were able to pick up 1. The other bowlers were rather expensive. Chase, he gave away 117 runs without picking up any wickets. You understand? And as the lead spinner in the team, that is definitely not good at all. You understand? And leaking runs like when when a pipe bursts and water running. Anderson Phillip, he didn't do much better either. He bowled 26 overs for 115 runs. The bowling, it was just not threatening at all, my peeps. It wasn't threatening. And I see in the comment section where one of my lovely subscribers wrote that Australia prepared a flat pitch to bat on because they are afraid of our bowlers. And I'm like, boy, it seems as if we are watching 2 different cricket. This cannot be the same West Indies team that I am watching, that my wonderful friends are actually watching, to say something like that. How can you prepare a flat pitch because you're afraid of West Indies bowlers? And going into Australia, the only bowler we had that bowling within the pace is Alzari. But I don't know still. I don't know. Now, in reply to that 511, we already lost 4 wickets and we're just 102. 102 for 4. Anderson Phillip is still at the crease on 1. And we have Chandrapaul on 47. And 47 off 98 deliveries. So trying to keep up a good strike rate. It's really it's bittersweet. Bittersweet in the sense that, you know, a youngster coming in and making his debut in Australia has to be the one to stand up and to really bear the blunt of what is going on. You understand? That is the bitter part. And then the sweet part about it is that when he gets baptized like this against Australia, you know, his confidence should be high going into other series. You know, it's probably going to be tough to dislodge him. He's going to have a stronger mindset knowing that he would have gone into one of, if not the toughest place to play cricket right now, against probably the best bowling attack, and he would have come away with a couple of half century. Hopefully we'll get a half century later on tonight. He's on 47 not out. As we know, the first game he got in the 50s and in the 40s. So, you know, if he's able to get another half century here and even push on to a century, that would be good. That would be good for the youngster. You understand? As I said, he's there with Philip. And listen, Philip, night watchman. We still have Alzari Joseph to come, Jason Holder. We have Rastan Chase and Da Silva to come. So a couple of guys to come, hoping that, you know, Tej will try and bat through the innings or bat as far down as possible. Would be nice if he actually leaves down under with a century. A lot of respect will be put on his name to be able to handle the Australian bowlers like that. You know, in terms of the middle order, same old again. Brathwaite, well, he made 19, wasn't able to do his usual. You know, Brooks 8, Blackwood 3, Devon Thomas 19. So these guys got their opportunity and they you know, they weren't able to do much. And as I said, it's hard to watch these guys. It's hard to see them feel like that. But at the end of the day, I am able to tell myself and to be aware that these guys are not good enough. You know, you're not going to hear this coming out of the West Indies camp. You're not going to hear this from the so-called quote-unquote die-hearted fans because, you know, we only can see West Indies and we only can see the people that come from our country. Because a man is from my country, don't say nothing about him. He's from my country, leave him alone. Talk about the man that is from your country and all them sort of foolishness. The reality is that these guys are not good enough. That is the reality. If they were good enough, they would not be failing consistently. They are not good enough. It's the same thing with the white ball players. People get T20 World Cup, people get ODI and T20 series organized by ICC to perform, and they do pure foolishness, and in couple of weeks after, months after, you see them in T10 league making pure runs at the top scorer, player of the tournament and all of them sort of foolishness there. Them things don't make no sense, Rasta. You understand? So it's the same thing. The man them not good enough. They are just not good enough. You understand? But one thing I can say, I am happy to see at least Chandrapaul is there fighting. And how old is he now? 26. So I mean, if he continues to perform and, you know, hit strides, probably we can get 10 years out of him, 35, 36 thereabout. If this is not me looking ahead and say that his spot is secure forever. If he continues to perform, then at least we will know that, you know, he's there for the long run. But in terms of this middle order, we need to get it fixed. And I know the people from Barbados they're going to say leave Shamar Brooks alone, but what can I say? Every time he gets an opportunity, look what happens. The people from Jamaica go and say, leave Blackwood alone. He's the only man every now and again that gets 30 and 40. That is not, he needs to be called out just the same. He's a specialist batsman. He does not bowl a ball. Him not bowl. He's not a bowler. He's a specialist batsman. You can't be making 30 and 40 and want people satisfied with that. Even though you might be the second top scorer in every series, 30 and 40 cannot cut it. You have to step up. And you're playing an important role batting at number. Anybody batting from 3 to 5, they need to score runs in our team and stop the foolishness. So I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash for this. But as I said, not only where this Australia series is concerned, because these guys are not even capable of outperforming Australia like that. But, you know, a little bit more effort, man. We don't want to see people chipping down the wicket and hitting back the ball in bowlers and them sort of madness. Them things don't make no sense, brother. You understand? So we're going to keep a close eye on it. It is still going on 102 for 4, so we still have a long way to go. So we're going to continue to watch and see what the guys do. Alright, so big up on yourself, my peeps. And if you want a positive come out, Tej Narayan Chandrapaul is closing in on a half century. That's all I can tell you now. Big up. I go and teach you people in class. Look more, my peeps.